Are you ready to increase your retention and revenue and convert website traffic to clients? Then you're ready for Maya. Maya is a marketing and client recruitment software. Maya creates better business relationships by pairing the right clients with the right beauty professionals. How do we do it? A matchmaker. Your brand will have its own unique matchmaking survey. By pairing people based on their skill set, budget, personality, and lifestyle preferences, Maya creates lasting relationships that keep both sides coming back for more. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Pair the right clients with the right beauty pros the first time. Visit joinmaya.com to get started.
Thank you for joining me. This is Katie Whitledge with a Beyond the Technique podcast. Today, we're talking about why people want to work for you. We have a very successful first time guest here today. Let me tell you about Emily Hankemeier. Emily Hankemeier. She is the owner of Grow Salon and Wine Bar in good old Georgetown, Texas, and she has grown quite the team. Her demand is through the roof for hiring, and she does things a very special way that I'm excited for you to hear about today. Emily has been in the industry for 17 years and counting. She's owned 3 salons. She's really been there and done that. So I am super thankful for her experience and her wisdom that she's willing to share with all of us today. And for those of you listening, I have to say this. You need to watch today's episode on our YouTube channel. We have that link in our show notes. Why, you ask? Because Emily is gorgeous, super model, could be like the blonde Kardashian of the family. Like, so awesome to have her, and really the epitome of beauty industry. I'm so excited to have you here, Emily. Welcome to Beyond the Technique.
Thank you so much, Katie. That is so sweet. My face hurts from smiling so much. What an intro. I'm really honored to be here. I love this industry. I love stylists. I love salon owners. And I feel like us as salon owners really have a duty to give back to other salon owners when we're able to, and also to stylists every single chance that we can. So if I can give something back to the industry today and help a salon owner or help a stylist find a better salon for them, I'm here for it.
Oh, girl, I love talking with you already. Even behind the scenes, it's just, I can tell just how passionate you are. I want to actually go back to the very beginning. You've been in the industry for 17 years and counting. What got you into the beauty industry from the jump?
Yeah, 17 years. I went to college. I was the first in my immediate family to go to college. It was a really big deal. I was really excited to go. I was proud of that. I went to the University of North Texas for interior design. I was an artist and I knew I wanted to be an artist, and that was the only job that I could figure out I thought I might enjoy every day. So I went to art school and I absolutely hated it. Art school was not for me. I hated college. I was looking for some kind of experience from college that I don't know if exists anymore. And I wanted it to be more. And what I found was that it was really kind of a more high school kind of experience for me. It just wasn't the life that I wanted. And so I got really discouraged and I sat down and tried to figure out, what do I want to do every day? Like, what do I actually want to do with my life every day? I couldn't imagine going into an office every single day. And I came across hairdressing somehow. And I wasn't somebody who grew up wanting to be a hairdresser. My childhood hairdresser always told me I would be a hairdresser, and I laughed at her. I thought that was ridiculous because, that just wasn't for me. I was going to college. I was going to do something else, and came across it, and dropped out of college and started beauty school. And I was actually really embarrassed to be doing that. I was embarrassed to tell people that I was going to beauty school. I was embarrassed to tell people I was going to be a hairdresser. To me, it felt like I was quitting or doing something lesser, even though that's what I really wanted to be doing. And so when I got to beauty school, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the art aspect of it. It came very naturally to me because I was an artist and wanted to be creating art. And I have not lost my love for that industry since I joined. And so, giving back to the industry and teaching students and teaching salon owners. I love this industry, and I think that trades have such an important role. And I don't ever want anybody to feel like if they choose a trade instead of the college path, that they're doing less, because this industry has been so good to me. And I create six-figure stylists every single year. I know people who go to college and graduate with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt and don't make the kind of money and have the kind of lifestyle that my team members and I have. So if we can share that, we really should be.
Oh, and I can't wait to talk about the success of your salon, Grow Salon and Wine Bar. You've had two salons prior to that. We kind of joke behind the scenes that, the third time's a charm, but you needed those two salon experiences before starting this business. You started in 2021, so kind of a tumultuous season to begin, but let's start back when how important was it that you had two other salons before Grow Salon and Wine Bar?
I joke all the time that I did everything wrong before I figured out how to do anything right. I'm still doing things wrong and learning how to do things better. My first salon was really small. She was just a little four-chair commission salon. I was very much an in my business kind of stylist. I didn't really function much as a salon owner. I was very young. I opened my first salon when I was 20. I took out a little $30,000 micro loan and I had to use my car as collateral. I mean, she was a baby. But I learned a lot about being a stylist, about growing a clientele, not really much of anything about leadership, but it gave me the foundation for facility management, for clientele building. This was all before social media. I actually had billboards. We took team photos and put our photos on billboards. We took out newspaper ads. I mean, we were brand new to like Facebook and it wasn't even a Meta yet. It was still Facebook advertising. We were buying ads on Facebook before that was even a thing. That was revolutionary when we were doing it. So running that for 7.5 years and then selling it back to a stylist was such a learning experience, but in a very different way than Grow. After that, I opened a suite. I needed a break. I was tired of having employees and, everything that goes into running a salon. And I ran my suite for 7.5 years again and found that I just missed stylist. I missed stylist. I missed the growth. I missed the energy of a salon. Salons are community centers. And so when you have that team around you, it's so powerful and it's so fulfilling to have those people around you to help you grow. I learned something new every single day from my team just being in the building.
So here you are in the midst of a COVID pandemic,
Yes.
opening a third. You're like, oh, I don't want to be in a suite. I want to have a team again. Tell me about your story. How did you get it going?
Yeah, so COVID happened. COVID happened while I had my suite, and here in Texas, we were shut down for I think 3.5 months. It's been a while now. I don't quite remember, but we didn't know how long it was going to be. We just knew we were shut down and there was really no end in sight. So I had some time. And with that time, sort of came about the realization that I didn't want to be in a suite anymore. I missed my stylist. So I had some time to start working on plans and development. I had a client who was the vice president of a really big construction company, and she helped me with the construction side of it as far as hooking me up with the right people. We designed Grow. I had another client who knew the landlord for this incredible space that I'm in now and introduced me to him. He took a chance on me, believed in me. And we put together this incredible project, really from absolutely nothing, a lot of it because of my wonderful clients, and got Grow off the ground. It was extremely hard doing in the middle of COVID. You've got construction setbacks, you've got shipping delays, you've got the city taking their time because of COVID. Funding is harder to get. There were some government programs that were easier to get because of COVID, but everything else was harder and took longer and was designed to be COVID friendly. So things like our stations are 10 feet apart, and we also have 6-foot mirror dividers between every station. So that was a COVID throwback. We have an air intake, a fresh air generator that brings in fresh air 24/7. So you constantly have fresh air in the salon. That was a COVID bring in. And things like that, that we just had to design all the way from the beginning to be COVID friendly. And we knew COVID would eventually go away and we could kind of move things back and expand more even just into the space we're in. But It was some time and it was a massive project, but I would never have had time to do that at any other point in my life.
Emily, what's the square footage of your current salon?
We are 3,400 right now, and we're expanding into another 1,800 right now.
Wow. Okay. So let's call it 5,000, give or take. Like that is huge. What's your
Yeah.
team size?
We have 25 right now, I believe.
And you have people knocking down your door. So many owners right now would love to grow their team and hire and bring on talent. And you are constantly turning talent away. And you really have created this unique situation where you get to choose whoever you want, the best of the best. So when we think about today's topic of why people want to work for you, that's my question. Why do people want to work for Grow Salon and Wine Bar?
I think my team would tell you it's the flexibility that we offer. We offer an unprecedented amount of flexibility to our team, and a lot of that is because we are such a large company. I'm quick to tell people that we couldn't offer the things that we offer if we were a smaller company. So, for example, we call them dream schedules. When you come into our salon, we let you pick your dream schedule. So, what does that look like? If we have the chairs available, you're welcome to pick your dream schedule from it. If we don't have that chair available, and most of our shifts are full now, then we'll waitlist you for that and give you what we have available now. That's also why we're expanding so that we can offer more dream schedules to our team. We offer unlimited unpaid time off because we can. It takes care of itself. We only hire hustlers, and so we find that they don't take an unnecessary amount of unpaid time off. We offer paid time off after a year of employment to our full-time team members. We offer a full benefits package. So we have health insurance that the company pays half of for our full-time team members. We offer vision insurance. We offer dental insurance, and you can expand that to your family if you'd like. Um, it's just a full package. We offer a paid education program. So whatever your level corresponds to, let's say you're level 2, you have $200 of an outside education fund that you can take and go spend however you want, in an outside class. So it really is a comprehensive package of benefits we offer.
Okay, that's huge. And I love that you have the dream schedule and that you create this wait list like approach, which all of that is kind of tied to smart marketing. You know how I am. I love marketing. So I think that's brilliant. I love the unlimited unpaid time off and that you were willing to kind of take that risk. I'm curious, how do you monitor that and balance that out with offering the full-time benefits? So when we look at the actual like paperwork, you got to be every state is different. So I don't know how Texas works. What amount of hours per week constitutes a full-time employee?
So for our company, a full time is over 30 hours per week. We set that bar low. We think that a work life balance is really important, and you should be able to achieve most of the things you want to at 30 hours if that's a goal. You're more than welcome to work extra, but I wouldn't say that anything under 30 hours for sure.
And you have this demand and this cool opportunity with education. How does your kind of onboarding and education, those offerings work for your team members?
Yeah, so I love our education package. We changed our education program in January, and this was something that the team actually was on board with and decided on. So we used to pay a sliding scale for retail commissions. We did a 10, 15, 20% sliding scale depending on your retail sales for the week. The team actually voted to change that to a 5% retail commission for the team members. And then I match 5% of their retail sales into an education bank. And we also have a salon education director who is a stylist who has elected to take on that role. She gets a little extra commission for doing the job and a bonus, but she is in charge of spending that 5% education bonus on bringing in outside education, setting up classes, and putting together this really comprehensive education calendar for us that's complemented by the points we get from our color representative and our salon back bar representative as well. So because we are such a large company, that becomes a really large budget really quickly for us to bring in really talented education.
I love that. And similarly to kind of the dream schedule, do you make education kind of optional or how does that work?
Some things are mandatory. If it's a really important class with a really important educator that we have spent a lot of money on, we're going to make that mandatory. But we have a lot of education going on. I think, for example, this month, I think we have a class almost every Monday this month. So we don't make every single thing mandatory. We have optional opt-ins. I'm teaching an extension masterclass with a group of 4 that we're going through. And then we had my education director facilitate a blonding class yesterday that was optional. So there's a lot of ways to get involved, and we couldn't make it all mandatory because there's so much of it all the time.
Yeah. So you are brilliant with marketing. And for everybody listening, please go and follow Grow on Instagram. We have the link in our show notes for you to check out their website and their Instagram page. Check it out. And I was saying to you behind the scenes how you are killing it with generating leads through your new Maya funnel. Tell us a bit about how you tie bringing new people on and building up their clientele.
Yeah, so I actually think Maya is a huge part of our onboarding process for new stylists. One of the very first things that we send a new stylist is going to be first is going to be a welcome letter, and it's going to have their handbook in it. And then the next email after that is going to come from me, and it's going to be a list of surveys that I'd like for them to take. So one of the surveys is all about them. One of them's all about their dream schedule that they want. And then we have one about what services do they want to offer. And then we also include a link to our Maya survey, and I let them know that this is how we get you plugged into our marketing funnel. So we have a marketing machine for Grow. We have a large advertising budget, but we also utilize Maya, I think, to the fullest. So we get them onboarded with Maya as soon as possible. We get their headshots done. Actually, my salon creative director does the photos. You're going to find with me, I have a person for everything in our salon. And I think that that's a strength because they bring all of their own unique talents. So we get their headshot uploaded as fast as possible. I get their bio uploaded as fast as possible. I always clean that up because we know that the point of Maya is to sell a stylist to a client. So that's the perspective that we're writing their bio through. Here's exactly why you should book with her, why she's the best choice. And then we get them to take their survey so that we can get them locked and loaded into Maya as soon as possible. Like I do, sometimes we get 10, 20, 25 a day on Maya. I mean, it's a lot. So we want to make sure we get them plugged in as fast as possible so that they can start getting those matches and then building those relationships with clients before they're ever even on our schedule. We want clients to be excited when they see them come on the schedule and say, oh my gosh, I booked with her. I want to make an appointment with her. So as soon as we get them loaded in, they're ready to go.
Yeah. How important do you feel that's been in helping with your stylist retention?
I think it's huge. We don't really have a problem with stylist retention. We tend to grab stylists and then we keep them until we either get rid of them or it's just not the right fit, and then it's very mutual. We don't have bad relationships with any of our stylists, but I think that the Maya aspect of it is really important because I think they see the benefit that it offers to them to be plugged into that machine because everything we do on the web, all of our paid marketing and advertising is to link back to our Maya survey. So we've got it all over our website. If you check out our website, it's growsalongtx.com. You'll see the Maya link all over it because we want people to go there first so that they start to develop that relationship with our stylist before they ever look at services, before they ever look at pricing. We want all of that to be irrelevant because they're already so invested in our stylist that they don't care what the price is. They don't care what services we offer. They're willing to do whatever it takes because they are invested in a stylist already.
Yeah, it's huge and just a testament to your salon, your brand, your marketing. You average over 250 leads per month that are converting into new
Yeah,
clients on a regular basis. And I know you mentioned that even if somebody stops in to try to book with you, you're like, oh, let's take you through, right? You ask them if
we
they
do. We absolutely do.
It's amazing. Well, I appreciate all of your feedback. I'm curious, we're in Q4 and 2025 is going to be here before we know it. What are some of your major objectives, which I know you're all about growing and you are doing your build out. So what are those main objectives you have for your business in 2025?
So 25 objectives just really look like growth. We are expanding. We're in the process of pre-construction right now. We're looking to add on another 10 chairs or so. So that'll give us another 20, 25 shifts at least to start filling up. So for us, we're very focused on hiring right now, hiring the right people. We do growth very slowly for hiring. So we never try to bring on more than we can really handle at one time. We're very slow to hire. We're very quick to let go if we need to, so that our team is very, very strong. And we do have such a strong team right now. This is the best team we've ever had. So we're being very careful not to rock the boat too much in that way, even with all of this focus on growth that we're having.
That's so cool. If there was one area of growth, this is where we need to, maybe not a strength yet, but a desire that you have for it to become a strength, what would that be?
Something to become a strength. That's a great question. I don't know. That's a really good one. I think we're killing it. I'm so proud of my team right now. We've got somebody to do everything, and we're just in such a strong place right now. So I think we're very focused on healthy, sustainable growth right now, not to play on grow too much, but that is what we're all focused on. That's also what we focus on as individual team members. I meet with my team members sometimes every single 2 weeks, and we have what we call growth check ins. And so we're constantly focused on what are your personal micro goals? Are we focused on your work life balance? Are we focused on your income? What do we need to do to tweak to get you closer to whatever your individual goal is? So we're constantly seeking out those weak spots in our business and in our personal careers so that we can reinforce those and always focus on ways to grow them in the way that makes sense for us as individuals. And I think that's probably the most important thing for salon owners to take away is that you have to be focused on your team members' individual growth, because your team members don't really care about your growth. That's not their job. So your job is to focus on how do you grow them individually, and then the sum of those parts is what grows you as a company. So if you're not invested in them personally, you're never going to have widespread company success because they don't care.
That is a clip right there. Like, if I could pull out a takeaway and be like, this is the clip we pull out for social media, this is what you just said is so important. I was kind of sharing in this mastermind group how, as owners, we don't get to have problems that people need to hear about or care about. So, for you as an owner, I would say what I've learned about you in our time together is you are very focused and really honed in on what you need to pay attention to. I like that a lot about you. What are you doing personally to push yourself as a leader and entrepreneur?
I am constantly focused on my own personal development. It's kind of a joke in my house how many podcasts I listen to or personal development books I read. My team leaders have book assignments that they have to read to stay in leadership, because I think it's something that we constantly as leaders have to be developing. I didn't go to business school. I didn't get leadership training from my first salon or really my second necessarily. All of my leadership training has come from seeking it out. I read Simon Sinek's um, Leaders Eat Last probably 12 times in the process of opening the salon. And I believe in servant leadership with all my heart. And that comes from constantly seeking out new and more innovative personal development ideas so that you can take those and bring them back to your team. I think as a leader, you have the responsibility to be the best possible leader that you can be for your team, because these people count on you. Their paychecks count on you. Their families count on you. I mean, that's a heavy load and a serious responsibility. And we as leaders owe it to our team members to constantly be elevating ourselves so that we can bring that back to them.
Yeah. Well, truly motivational and inspiring here, Emily. Before we're done, for owners listening today that are like, oh my gosh, I'm so fired up. And she doesn't look like a Kardashian Katie. She looks like Carrie Underwood. I'm getting a little bit of that vibe. I'm sure you've heard that. What would you want to say just for like final words of wisdom for them today?
Be flexible. Be so flexible. If there is one thing I have learned in this industry and as a business owner, it's that when you think that you've got it figured out, you're going to have to pivot. Something is going to happen. You're going to have to change your plan. You might have to go back and rewrite your entire business plan, but you will fail if you're not flexible. Flexible with your team, flexible with your business plan, flexible with your pay structure, with your scheduling. The more flexibility that you can possibly offer as a business owner, the more longevity you're going to have.
And your superpower right there. Amazing. Thank you so much, Emily, for being with me today. This was so much fun, and I can't wait until you and I actually meet face to face in person someday. So thank you for your time and being here.
Yeah, Katie, thank you so much for having me. It really was a pleasure.
Awesome. And thank you all for joining us here week after week at Beyond the Technique. If you appreciate this platform, we would love if you could take a moment to leave us a positive review wherever you're listening so that more people like yourself will discover Beyond the Technique, where we're here to change the way that you are supported in your business. Until next time, everybody, have an awesome day and stay strong.